Hello, everyone. I'm the Dynamite Doll, and you're watching episode 24 of Dirt with the Doll. Today's guest is Boris Zhukov from the Bolsheviks. Welcome to the Dollhouse. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you very, very much for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah, we got to meet in New Jersey at 80s Wrestling Con, and we did a little interview
Yes.
on stage. Unfortunately, it was a little bit loud and distracting, so I definitely wanted to get you back here in the
Okay.
real Dollhouse and get this interview
Okay.
done right. So thank you for
Great.
being here.
Oh,
How have
thank
you,
you. It's great.
how have you been? Did you
Oh,
enjoy New Jersey?
yeah, I sure did. That was a great full weekend for me because the next day I got with my dear friend Mike Weddle from years ago that trained me, and I was introduced to him by Rick McCord, who wrestled. Was In fact, when I met Rick, he was getting ready to go to Nashville back in '78 to wrestle for Nick Gulas in Tennessee, and he introduced me to Mike, and Mike broke me in. I broke in and started training in May of 1978. And so the 15th that weekend when we was in New Jersey, Mike turned 70 on the 15th. So Sunday, his family had a big birthday party celebration for him. So that was a great weekend
Oh,
for us. I brought all that full circle. So that was
yeah,
pretty
seeing
cool.
all your old friends. And was
Yeah.
that your first 80s con that you've done?
No, I've done a couple of others before. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was a great one. Though I really enjoyed that. So
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell your memory is really sharp, so I definitely wanted to get you back here to do this interview.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Talking about this stuff as much as I get a chance to definitely helps my memory. So
Oh, that's good. Yeah, keep you sharp.
yeah,
So you debuted originally in Jim Crockett Promotions in August 1980, wrestling as Jim Nelson. In 1981, you
right,
became Private Jim Nelson
right,
and joined Sergeant Slaughter's villainous Cobra Corpse.
right. Yep, sure
What
did. Yeah.
what aspects of this team do you feel carried over into your later character work in WWF? Did you learn a
Uh,
lot from Sergeant Slaughter?
oh yeah. Sergeant Slaughter, and then my tag team partner, Don Canodal, because Don been wrestling for years and years, and learned a lot from Don, and then all the great experienced guys I got to work with, that've been wrestling for years before me that I learned so very much from, but definitely learned a lot from Sergeant Slaughter for sure.
Yeah. Was he instrumental in you and Don winning the NWA Mid Atlantic Championship?
Yes, yeah, he sure was. So absolutely was, and he had a lot of great experience, because he got started with Vern Gagne in the AWA and had a lot of experience. Of course, he'd already had a run in New York, with under Vince McMahon Senior, so he just had a great experience and so much knowledge. It was hard not to be able to learn from him. If
Yeah,
you didn't want to learn anything, it'd be your own fault.
no kidding. Is
Yeah.
right at your disposal.
Yes.
Now, so did you grow up in Virginia?
Yeah. Me and Tony Atlas both from Roanoke, Virginia. So yeah, I grew up in Roanoke, and that's when I got started. May of '78. In fact, it was less than a year after I graduated high school. So I
Oh,
was 19
wow.
years old. 19 years old when I got started.
Okay. So did you do like high school wrestling or no?
No, played high school football and part of the weightlifting team with the football and everything. But I was a big fan with Mid Atlantic. I started going to the local matches at Starland Arena in Roanoke, and then later Salem Civic Center, and then they switched on over to the Roanoke Civic Center. So and always watching all the matches. Every Saturday, which was great, and it was so great back then because that was the only time you could see wrestling until cable got started was on Saturday. So if they had a big, exciting match that looked like you went the winner that was running out of time, you'd have to wait till the next week to find out what happened. So
Right. No social
yeah,
media. You really had to tune
yeah,
in.
where you really had to tune in, and so it was a long time from the Saturday to the next Saturday. But they had matches every Saturday night in Starland Arena in Roanoke for years. So
Yeah.
that was always fun to get to go to those live matches.
So you just started liking wrestling after high school, or did you grow up with?
Uh, no, no. I fell in love with wrestling when I was a young teenager, around 15 years old. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
So 1983, you go to Mid South Wrestling. You shave your head, you grow your beard, and you are now Russian. How
right.
effective? How effective was this persona during the 80s?
Very effective because the Soviet Union had so much heat, and incredible amount of heat. And then I learned so much from watching Ivan Koloff through the years. That he was one of my favorites and a great guy to be around with, to train with, and travel with. And
Yeah.
I learned a whole lot from Ivan. But yeah, the heat back then was just incredible. It was so hated. Uh, bad blood between the Soviet Union and the United States.
Yeah. So when you had to start doing promos Russian and everything like that, was that difficult for you at first with your accent, or did you enjoy doing that? Was it easy for you?
No, no. I started practicing doing the accent. In fact, before I got into wrestling, I learned how to do that. And of course, being around Ivan Koloff, and then later on Alexis Smirnoff and Nikolai Volkoff too, and also Chris Markov, who managed me in the AWA. So I got to learn a lot off of them about doing the accent and everything.
So were you ever like at home and still using the accent? Like using it at the wrong time?
Sure, yeah. Sometimes I still do that.
Yeah. Just became a part of you?
Or it became a problem. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In fact, back then, to protect the business, I'd always use it when I was out in public,
Yeah.
around people. If I had to speak,
Kayfabe.
I'd always speak with the accent. So,
Yeah, you have to.
yeah, I had to back in
Yeah.
them days.
Yeah, the 80s were a wild time full of gimmicks and characters where anything
Yes.
goes. You'd been through a
Yep.
few different ring names before becoming Boris Zhukov, in which you legally changed your name to.
Right.
Did you enjoy being a heel Russian? And
Yeah.
did you have an aha
Yeah.
moment of this is the character, this is like what's going to work for me?
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I went long after I was in Louisiana. Then later I got to go to Texas. I got to go over and do a guest shot with Bruce Brody over in Texas for the Von Erichs. So and then I was over when before right at the end of '83. I got hooked up to go to Southeastern down in Alabama, Pensacola, Florida, and Dothan, Alabama, for the Fullers and the Armstrongs. So by the time I got there, it was starting to click for me. The gimmick was.
Awesome. And how come you chose to change your name legally?
Well, it really it gets rough because Vince really got hard on people, that was going to use you after you leave there. And even though I came up with that name,
Yeah.
for my gimmick and
Oh,
everything,
it's like
the labor
trademarking
part,
it.
trademarking it, yeah, yeah. So that's why I did that.
That's smart then. Yeah. So it's like, this is
Yeah,
my legal name. You can't
yeah,
do anything about
yeah,
this.
yeah. I got some advice from several of the boys, and Hulk was one of them. So he said,
Neat.
"Protect yourself, brother."
Interesting.
So
Do you know if anyone else
yeah,
did that? Or was that?
I believe the Warrior did that. Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. Super cool. Was
yeah.
it difficult having to put on a fake accent? Oh, I kind of already asked that. Sorry.
No,
Um,
no, no. In fact, I practiced it so much
yeah.
it became natural. So
Yeah. Were you good at any other accents? Like, what if you were something else?
oh so, yeah. Well, yeah, oh, yeah. I used to practice different accents. Learned off of different cartoons and different villains, and heels
Yeah.
and stuff
Because some
like
people are
that.
very good at impersonations. My mom is very good at impersonations.
Yeah, yeah. So.
Do you know if
Yeah.
you ever met my mom?
I don't know. I may have.
Yeah. You might
I
have.
may have and I may have and don't remember.
Yeah.
Very possible. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you have memories of coming to Calgary?
Yes. Yeah. A lot of fun getting to go up there. From what I remember, when I went up there, it was pretty cold. So
Yeah. When you came in the
yeah,
winter, probably.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What kind of reactions would you get from different parts of the world when playing this heel gimmick, the Russian gimmick?
Oh, depending on where you went, big, crazy places were like Philadelphia, Baltimore,
Yeah.
Boston, places like that, New York, Madison Square Garden.
They get pretty heated.
Pretty heated, absolutely.
Wow. And those Philadelphians, they're passionate.
Yes, very passionate. Yeah, very passionate in Philly.
Yes.
Boston too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been to Boston. Did anyone ever question if you were really Russian, or did you play the gimmick so well?
No, I really played it well. Of course, back then, a lot of times Nikolai and I just tried we tried to stay away from having to be around the fans too much, because
Yeah,
it
let
was
it
hard to
slip.
go out. It was hard to go out and mingle and stuff. Having that gimmick like we did. A lot of times we traveled. Nikolai would bring a hot plate, and we eat in our room and all, so we didn't have to
Wow.
fight
Didn't have to leave.
fight with the didn't have to fight with the people and stuff because several times we had people try to spit in our food and all. So
Oh gosh.
yeah,
Yeah, it's best you bring your own food then.
yeah.
Smart.
It got pretty ugly at times.
Yeah. So was it really much like just traveling with your tag team partner? Or did you get a lot of
Yeah.
bonding time with other tag teams as well?
Oh, we had some about other bonding time. Mostly it was in the dressing room because Nikolai and I traveled together because depending on where we had to be at, a lot of times we'd fly into Baltimore. We have to worry about renting a car, and because Nikolai lived in Baltimore and get his car and travel to some of the towns and all, so that it made that easier as far as having to get a rent a car and all that. So
Yeah.
and that was always a lot of fun too.
Yeah. No kidding. Seems like it'd
Yeah.
be more beneficial in those days traveling with somebody than solo
Right.
because you were doing it
Right.
so often and hardly
Right.
home. So,
Right. Right. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It all depending on what airport we might be at the next day, or where we was going to. Sometimes you'd have a couple other people with you. All depending on what your schedule was for the plane flights and all that,
Mhm.
hotels and those things.
Yeah. And you got back then, I know my dad and Davey, you'd have to actually use a map, the big old maps you'd unfold. You
Oh
don't have
yeah.
GPSs back then.
No, yeah,
So you need
yeah.
two of you.
You had to have a map, and you had to know how to read it good, But a lot of them towns that Nikolai had been to so much, he knew like
You just learn your way.
the back of his hand, So yeah,
Oh, that's great. So
it's
yeah, WWF 1987 to 1991, you competed against some of the top tag teams with your tag team
yes,
partner, Nikolai
yes,
Volkoff. May he rest in peace.
yes, definitely.
And you faced the Killer Bees, British Bulldogs, Heart Foundation, the Rockers, Powers of Pain, Young Stallions, and the Demolition.
Yes.
Any good Bulldog stories for my followers?
Oh, just there was all the competition back then was just so great, and everybody was so talented. It was a blessing getting to, for me working with all them great guys because the response all the tag teams would get because it was to me it was like real big tag team territory.
Very
So
much.
yes, big time. So and I always enjoyed getting to work with all them guys.
Yeah. Was there
Uh,
a tag team you worked the most?
yeah, well, yeah, we worked with your Dan Davey a whole lot. Killer Bees, Ruzo's Heart Foundation. So and a lot with uh, Powers and Roma, the
Yeah.
young stallions. So we
Yeah.
worked with them a lot too.
Oh, that's good. You got a little bit of everyone.
Yeah, a
Can
little
you
bit
tell
of
that you
everyone.
told me a story about Matilda peeing in the ring when we were at New
Yeah,
Jersey. Can you
yes,
tell it again here, please?
yes, yeah, because we had a double shot that day, and so was around Matilda's there in the dressing room. Nikolai was worried about her not getting enough water, so he gives her some water, and I think he intentionally gave her too much, uh, but because she drank up so much, before we went into the ring, and then we got into the ring, and she and your dad and David had chased us out of the ring, and so she's running around the ring, and then she just squats in the middle of the ring and lets it go. And of course, you can really get a rise out of the crowd and everything. But we worked the match around it, and then finally, when the time came, Davy Boy picked me up and gave me a big power slam right in the middle of where she peed at, and
Uh,
the place just went berserk. I mean, absolutely insane. And then your dad come flying off the top with the big headbutt and everything,
yeah,
he said, boys, you're gonna have to go get a shower now. I said, yeah, definitely.
definitely
'Cause,
shower needed.
yes, big
I
time.
feel
Because
like that would make a great
she
cartoon.
she
Like,
drenched that canvas, definitely.
yeah. I mean, he thought he was
In
doing
fact,
good by
in
her, making
fact,
sure.
I finally remembered they did get mops out there because the guys were complaining so bad, and they got a crew who went out there and cleaned the canvas up as best they could before the next match. So
Yeah, and that was a house show you said, I think.
yeah, that was a house show. Yeah,
Yeah. I feel like some cartoonist out there needs to draw that into like a little comic book cartoon.
yeah,
I can see it with the pee going up and the
oh yeah,
and
yeah.
that's
But it
hilarious.
was always you had to get away from Matilda because if you didn't, she'd catch you and she'd really nip you good if you didn't get
Yeah.
away from her. Because
Yeah,
she
she
wanted to
came
get her stuff in too.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, she was tired from all she traveled just as much as you guys, so she's
Yes,
tired
she
too.
sure did. She
She's
sure did.
cranky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
she was at my third, I think it was my third or fourth birthday party. There's a picture of me and I'm in a dress and I'm with my cousin Jade. That's Bret Hart's daughter. And Matilda's in the middle of us, but my mom said
Right,
that the parents were right there close because I guess she wasn't the friendliest with kids. So
right.
we took the picture and then they got the dog out of there. So yeah, she was a
Yeah,
little nippy. So
yeah, yeah.
probably from all the road hot dogs.
Right, right. But yeah. She was real fun to be around in the dressing room. She liked everybody. So
Aw,
yeah, yeah.
maybe just didn't like kids too much, or maybe
Right, right.
she
Yeah,
never knew if she was. Yeah, was this kayfabe? Is it like is this real?
right, right.
So when I was doing some research, I saw that Slick was one of your managers at a time. You guys won a
Yes.
Slammy Award for the best personal hygiene in 1987.
Yep. Yeah, that
No,
was a lot of fun. That was a blast.
I'm not surprised by the way Slick dresses. He's probably drenched in cologne as well. So I thought
Oh yeah.
that was a funny Slammy. Now, did you guys all get one, or was there only one between you guys, or the award?
Yeah. Just one between us. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do
Yeah.
you have it?
No,
No.
I sure don't. I sure don't. I wish I did. That'd be
Yeah.
great to have that. So yeah.
Was that fun times with Slick as a manager? I'm a big fan of Slick.
Yes, yeah, because he was great on the mic and a lot of fun to travel with and everything. So yeah, it was always a lot of fun with the slickster. So
I also did not know his father was a wrestler. I just found that out.
yeah, Rufus Freight Train Jones. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I
yeah,
think my dad worked him. There's pictures of
right.
him backstage, I think in Japan with him. I had no idea
Yeah,
that was his
I
dad.
got to I got to work with his dad several times, so that was always a lot of fun. His dad was a big baby face,
Yeah.
so
So Slick
yeah.
never wrestled, he just managed?
That's the only time I ever saw him. He was a manager, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
never. If he worked, I never got to see him work.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite tag team opponent? that you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
worked?
Do what now?
Do you have a favorite tag team that you guys worked?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. Your dad, Davey, and always enjoyed Brett and Jim Anvil,
Yeah.
Nightheart, Heart Foundation. So yeah,
When you came to
did
Calgary,
a
did
lot
you
of
get to go to the Heart House?
No, I did
No.
not. No, I wish I could have gone. It'd have been fun. So
Yeah, you would have loved it, I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Do you guys get
I
snow where you're from?
the what now?
Do you guys get snow where you live?
Yeah. In fact, we got a lot of ice this year. We had two
Oh,
bad ice storms. So
ooh,
that was really bad because it stayed really bitter cold for 2 weeks. Well below freezing. It never had a chance to melt. So yeah,
yeah.
because we had snow, and then it all changed to freezing rain and sleet, and then it stayed bitter cold for 2 weeks. So a lot more ice than how much weather it had snow.
Yeah, geez. And so you've
Yeah.
lived there your whole life, Virginia?
Yes, yeah, born and raised, but no, uh, I, I lived in several. Like I said, I lived in when I went to Louisiana, and I lived down there
Oh,
around Shreveport, and then when I was over in Texas, I lived in Dallas, and I lived around Pensacola when I was with the Fullers and the Armstrongs. Had a blast down there because big beach there, and
oh
then
yeah.
yeah, I lived in Minnesota. Up near around Minneapolis, Bloomington, Minnesota to be exact. And then when I was getting out of wrestling, I moved back down around Alabama and Pensacola. And when I was there for 10, 11 years, and I moved back home to Virginia. So
Okay.
been,
So you're
been
been
back
around
home
a
ever
little bit.
since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the locker room atmosphere like back then? Was there a lot of ribs, egos, brotherhood?
Yeah, a little both. Yeah, especially a lot of ribs, because we were out on
Yeah.
the road for a long time, and everybody was always ribbing each other and all that to help
Yeah.
pass the time, So
Do you think
yeah,
that's what it was? A little bit of
enjoyed it.
boredom?
Yeah, boredom, some, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Out of the sorry, do you think the 80s had a more impactful tag team division than today's tag team?
Yes, yeah, I definitely think
Yeah.
it had a more impact division, and like I said, with wrestling back then, and having the kayfabe and more believability, it was just a total
Yeah.
different atmosphere. I mean, because the heat the heels would have, you really had to watch each other's back, and there was times that baby faces, we'd have problems. They'd fight us all the way back to the dressing room so we could get back to the dressing room safely. So we'd have to do stuff like that because it was a total different day there. You had to watch yourself, and people always throwing ice. Somebody might have a knife because did have a few guys that got cut. So
Jeez.
you really had to watch yourself because, like I said, the heat back then was like today. You couldn't draw that kind of heat today if you wanted to.
Would that be more like local shows, not WWF, where people are throwing knives?
Uh, yeah. Well, I know I've seen it happen in Charlotte, North Carolina before. It all depended on where you was at, what was going on in the ring and all. And the police really had to work hard. I know when I was in Birmingham, Alabama, when I was finishing up in the territory there, I lost a lose a leave town match to Austin Idol, and he was getting ready to go into an angle with Jimmy Golden. There was a big hill there, and Jimmy Golden helped me jump Austin after the match and steal the championship belt. And so they thought I was stealing his title, that I was trying to get that night, but I lost a loser league town match. So I couldn't get out of the parking lot there, and the fans got so bad that even the police were having trouble. They were trying to turn my van over, so
Jeez,
that got pretty rough.
no kidding. Wow.
Yeah, and that was back in 1984. So
Oh, that's the year I was born. Just when things were getting good.
yes.
So back then, was it like the faces in one locker room, the heels in another? I know Stampede,
Yeah. Depending on where you were at, the way the building was set up.
if you
There
could.
were places they had to do that. Heels on one side and babies on the
Yeah,
other. Then we'd have places where we'd both be able to get together. But there were buildings and sometimes you went to certain schools. School gym or something, you might have to be in opposite dressing rooms.
yeah. So back in the 80s, there was a lot of animal mascots. We talked about Matilda. We have Jake's snake Damien, Coco's bird.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So we have Ricky Steamboat's Komodo dragon and Hillbilly Jim had pigs. So was there
Right,
like
right.
multiple animals just rolling around backstage with you guys?
No, not really. I know a lot of times with Jake Snake, you'd have to get to the building. You'd always put it back there in the shower and turn on the real hot water to get it moving. Because it get it didn't do too well on those planes because it gets so cold up in with the
Mm.
high elevation where the planes and
Yeah, I
all
guess
that.
they like it warm. Yeah.
Yeah, they like it warm, so he'd have to put it in a real hot shower, and you'd always have to keep an eye out for it because it'd start moving around. You'd never know where it'd go. So, and
Yeah, seriously. I had a pet snake before, not as big as that. It was oh, what do you call them? Ball python.
oh, okay,
He was pretty big, but he got loose a couple of times in my
yeah,
apartment. I had to
oh,
luckily I was able to find him, but oh my god.
yeah,
Not fun. I couldn't imagine losing a big snake like his that because that
yeah,
snake can actually kill you.
yeah, and if he wanted to go somewhere, he'd go, and nobody would bother it too much. So, yeah, I just always kept my eyes open, make sure I knew where it was at all the time. So.
Seriously. Were most people scared of the snake?
Yeah, a few people were. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
I heard Jake was actually terrified of snakes himself.
Right. So yeah,
Crazy.
they could be hard to deal with. I remember one time. I can't remember exactly where it was. It was a house show, or I don't know if it was an angle they did on TV. Steamboat and Jake the Snake, and the snake got wrapped around him and started choking him out, and Steamboat had to get the snake off of him.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how they kill
Steam.
you, and then they eat you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yikes.
yeah. Because uh, from what Ricky said, Jake was starting to turn blue on him, and so he had to get in there and get that thing off of him. So
Wow.
yeah, pretty
Like another
scary.
comic book series.
Right.
Your whole lives.
Yeah.
In your career, you had been involved in some boot camp matches. Can you tell us what that entailed?
Probably pretty much an everything ghost type match. You can use whatever you bring to the ring, and anything and everything goes. Pretty much like a free for all. So now
And that
there's no
involved Sergeant Slaughter? Or
yes,
yeah,
yeah. That was a gimmick match that Sergeant Slaughter had was the boot camp match. So yeah,
nice. Did you have to
anything
like
and everything
train for it
goes,
and
and
everything?
yeah, you can use whatever foreign object that you have, or whatever you can take it away from your opponent, use it on him, that type of thing, chain or whatever it might be.
Sounds fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What is your favorite part of your career been?
Uh oh goodness. I guess the favorite part of my career was during the time I was with WWF because of all the places I got to go.
Yeah.
I mean, all across the country, uh, all the states, all the big towns, and a lot of small towns in between. I got to go to Hawaii a few times, Japan. So
Do you
yeah.
have a favorite place in the world that you travel to?
Uh, well, for me, as far as the United States goes, it was out west. Getting to go out to uh, Colorado and Wyoming, places like that. Those places are just gorgeous.
Beautiful.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I've never been.
beautiful part of the country. Yeah. So I was, and if I'd have never gotten into wrestling, I probably would have never gotten to go to places like that.
Mhm.
So
And did you go to Japan as well?
yes, I sure
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you like
Yeah.
Japan?
Yeah, yeah, it was great. Had a blast getting ride the trains over there and great food over there too.
That's what everyone says. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
A little lighter, easier for match day. The
right,
food. Yeah.
right. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So as I was doing some research for this interview, I saw one of your finishing moves was a diving headbutt as well, which I did not know. Any regrets
Right.
using this move looking back?
No, I know I hit a board one time and all, and I started backing off of it after that, because I rung my bell so bad. So yeah, yeah,
Oh.
but
Yeah, there's a lot of
yeah,
controversy with that move, causing a lot of head trauma. So I was curious. I mean,
yeah.
I talked with you at 80s Con and I can tell that your memory is so sharp. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know he used that move. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I use it sometimes, but I really enjoyed using the clothesline, and sometimes I'd use then I always use the top rope and all the time, because I know a couple territories they set up the gimmick where you couldn't if you came off the top rope with a knee dropper or anything like that, referee catch you, get disqualified. So I started doing the knee drop off the second rope, so and try to go out as far and go as high as I could. So
yeah.
yeah, but,
Outside,
that can be hard on your knees after a while.
yeah, very much. Any repetitive movement hitting that ring,
Right,
if it's a flying elbow or yeah, the
right,
diving headbutt, whatever it may be,
right,
the leg drop.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 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 leg drop and all that. It can, yeah, come back to haunt you.
Yeah. Have you had any major surgeries yourself?
No, thank goodness I had shoulder injury. Because that was back in '84. Separated and have extended my right knee a few times, but I busted my head a whole lot. I had a lot of
Stitches.
yeah, I got hit in the head with chair and things like that. One time hit the post. I was sweating so bad. I was wrestling Don Canoto in Greenville, South Carolina, and he slung me into the turnbuckle, and I was sweating so bad I just slid right over the top of the turnbuckle, and my head smacked the post and split my head open. So that wasn't a lot of fun, but Don took care of me on that. He made sure I was okay and made sure I didn't pass out on him. So, because
Um,
I smacked my head so bad, he kept talking to me because he didn't want me to pass out or anything. Because
yeah.
I smacked my head pretty hard.
Oh.
So,
Well, it's amazing you haven't had too many terrible injuries or surgeries. So that's great. You must be doing something right. Working out in the
yeah,
gym when you were younger, and are you still very active?
yeah. I still try to work out hard. And I think that's what helped me a lot back then too. Working out
Exactly.
hard and steady and doing a lot of stretching every day.
Stretching is
Uh,
so important.
yeah, so important every day. Especially have to go and have to sit on those planes and all that. And get the
Yeah.
dress, get a chance to go to the gym and work out, and then get the dressing room and stretch. That was vitally. I learned that very young when I was playing high school football. How important that stretching was. So,
Yeah.
and I always stuck with it.
I think that's something Arnold Schwarzenegger says as well. That stretching is just as important as the workout, and
Yeah.
that's something we
Right.
often will forget. So I'm
Yeah.
guilty of it too. But my
Yeah,
body feels it. I know, and I
definitely being in the ring, because you want to be as limber as possible. So
yeah.
yeah,
Any advice you can give up and coming wrestlers? Any particular characters you think that they should study or matches?
uh, Well, I know the characters and all today are different and everything, but uh, yeah, just working out. I mean, working out every day and taking care of yourself and
Yeah.
eating right and like I said, doing the stretching and all, because it's so easy to tear something or pull something and
Yeah.
then and if you're not healing right, that can be a problem too. So
Yeah.
you definitely want to take the best care of yourself that you can.
That's right. Everything you put in your body too is super
Right.
important. Yeah, diet
Yeah.
wise, and
Diet
putting
wise.
in bad stuff in your body too is not good.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of wrestling and when your career ended, who else was Boris as a person? What did you do in your spare time and passions?
Oh, well, again, out of wrestling, I've been so used to traveling and being on the road and everything, and I talked to some other guys. I ended up going into the truck driving business, and I was in that for 32 years.
Oh,
So
wow.
as
You
I
would
was
do the
just,
long drives?
yeah, I ended up I ended up doing a lot of flatbed work, which is outside, and of course you have to throw tarps around. So since I like to work out and all that, I enjoyed doing that. And but I got to do a lot of regional stuff where I was able to get home on weekends and everything. And so I did that for right at 30 years, and then the last 2 years I became a recruiter where I was on the road going to different truck driving schools and recruit drivers for the company I was working for. So,
Oh, wow. That's
but
super cool.
but there was a few guys that I had wrestled with. Frank Monty, Sweet Hansen became a did some truck driving, and there was a few different guys. There was a couple different guys that even started their own company. So,
Yeah.
but
I've actually heard of someone starting a company recently, someone current that's a wrestler. So I never put the two and two together of like the long road trips. And it's like, hey,
right.
let's make this my new
Yeah.
company. Let's make this my
Yeah.
life.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's,
I got so used to being on the road. It was really all I knew, and so I felt comfortable doing that. So
yeah.
yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I know I used to hate being in the car for a long time, but now I prefer
Right.
road trips over flying. I have so much more
Yeah.
leg.
Flying was so enjoyable back when I had to do flying because all that was before 9/11. It went.
It was
You didn't
easier.
have all these things to worry about, and having to be at the airport so early and not being able to check certain kinds of bags and all that. So definitely a lot more stress today than it was years ago.
Oh, wow. So you
Back
used to
then
be
you
able
could
to
you
show
could
up
you could
an
show
hour
you
before?
could you could show up to the gate right at the time the plane's supposed to leave, and as long as they didn't shut the door, you could get on the plane. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's a big ordeal traveling internationally.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Back then to me it was harder. Flying overseas or out of country, or even up to Canada was stricter than the United States was. You
Mm,
know, you have to go to customs and get your passport checked and all that. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So I have a few fan questions for you here.
Okay.
Did the Russians ever try to recruit you as a spy?
No, absolutely not. So
Darn. When did you when did you feel the anti-Soviet heat start to dwindle, and was it before the Soviet Union started to crumble?
I started doing it before, right around the time it was crumbling, but still, if I go out there and tell how bad the United States was, or and how much better the Soviet Union was, I could always still get heat. So yeah, especially when I talked about the hockey game. I said the Americans didn't really win that. You cheated. You know,
Yeah,
uh,
you just gotta
we didn't.
Just put down their team and then it's over.
Right, right. So, but yeah, it started coming down a little bit around the time the Soviet Union fell.
What did I like this question? What did Dynamite Kid's snap suplex feel like?
Oh, it was great. I love doing that. That was one of my favorite moves was doing that with him because the
Oh,
way he did it, he'd always set you and then you would go, you know. So I enjoyed doing that with
well,
him.
good.
So yeah, every time we did it, I said, man, it always felt good, you know, what he would give it to me, you know. So
Mhm.
because it just flowed. So yeah,
Aw, love that.
yes.
Lots of good memories.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Now, do you have any up and coming events? Any conventions coming up this summer for yourself?
No, not as of right now. Looking forward to having. I still gets fan mail from now and then. In fact, I got one today. So
Oh,
and that's great. Doing that because it was to me it was all about the fans anyway, and the fans have kept all this alive all these years. You know, whether they came out to boo us or cheer us on or whatever it was, you know, we wouldn't have been nowhere about the fans. So, and my gosh, this is, for me, it's well over half my life ago. So it's
yeah,
great to still get appreciation from, especially getting to sign all the autographs I got to do up in New Jersey and seeing a lot of the guys I got to work with and travel with. That was a fun time.
yeah. It seems like there's a lot of those conventions in the States, so it's so great that you guys can still go out and see each other and sell your
Right.
merchandise, take pictures, and reconnect with the fans. That's so great. I
Uh,
believe, do you have a wrestling figure you were selling as well?
yeah, yeah. I'd gotten one done from the people over there in was it over in the UK, I guess,
Oh, yeah. I
England.
can't remember what.
Yeah, yeah, because they did one of your dad too. So yeah,
Um, but yeah, there's so many toy companies. I can't think of which one it is right now.
yeah, yeah. So
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
yeah, so yeah. In fact, I got to sell a few of those when I was up there in Jersey and signed an autograph for them and all that. So
Yeah.
it was
How
pretty
much is
cool.
wrestling still incorporated into your life today? Like,
Oh, wrestling. I I enjoy looking up all the old stuff that they're putting on YouTube now. In fact, it's old videos that's gotten enhanced. You know, the audio's better as well as
yes.
the video. I love watching the old stuff.
Yeah. It's so
Yeah,
great that it's all on YouTube now. It's same with like a lot of my dad's old stuff. It used to be hard to find, but now,
right. Yeah, now more of it's getting out there, and I love watching all that. In fact, a lot of stuff I've been able to find I could watch before I broke into the business. You know, so
yeah, wow.
which is some old Mid Atlantic stuff that they found that they're putting on there. You know, so. A lot of great stuff. You know, the old world champions, Jack Briscoe and Terry Funk, guys like that. Those are guys I really enjoyed back in the day.
Yeah. Do you ever watch your old matches and you're like, "Oh, I forgot about that." Or do
Yeah,
you remember
yeah,
it all?
yeah, yeah. Because I've watched a few. I couldn't. I had a hard time remember being there. You know, so
Yeah.
because it was so long ago. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and
Sometimes
that's always a lot of
remembering the
fun.
details.
Right, right.
It's
Yeah,
so great though that you can look back on your old catalog and is pretty
yeah.
much everything up there now, like your whole career, or is there anything that you know is not up there, but you remember the match?
Uh, yeah, yeah. A lot of stuff out there. I know it's different places. You know, like
Yeah.
part of the videos and matches we did down in Alabama. You know, the tapes got probably got thrown away or taped over back then. But you know,
Yeah.
so
So there's some
a lot
missing
of those, I've been able to find. But I know they had angles like stuff I did with Austin Idol and stuff like that. You know, I found online, so which was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Do you have any current merchandise, I think, like for sale anywhere that people can purchase?
No, no. Like I said, I just have that action figure, you know, and I still have a original action figure I got from the AWA back in the day. In fact, it's still in the package. It never got opened, so
Wow.
I
Did
still
they?
got
I'm
one of
sure they
those.
made a LJN of you as well. The LJN
Uh,
rubber guys from WWF. Do you have that?
no, Nikolai. Nikolai had those.
Yes.
I didn't get one of those.
Oh,
So, well, Nikolai gave me one of his. So, I've got one of Nikolai's. So,
yeah. I have a
yeah.
ton of my dad because I'll just find them everywhere, and I'm like, well, never
Oh yeah.
hurts. Like I grab them for all the grandkids and my
Right.
nieces and nephews and all that. So I'd make sure that
Yeah.
my dad's
Yeah.
grandkids and kids all have them. So whenever I see them,
Yeah.
I'll pick it up.
Yeah, that's great.
Uh,
Yeah, 'cause last Christmas I gave out the ones I had for my family. To
well,
my
yeah. Do you have
niece and
children?
nephew. Yeah. I got two stepchildren, and I sent them one. Gave them each one for Christmas, plus my two granddaughters, and
Perfect.
niece and nephew, and my brother and sister-in-law too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
See, not many people can say my
everybody in the
dad.
family
Or my
got
dad.
one.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah,
great. So I'm
yeah.
just going to do a little fun this or that segment I like to do. Just tell me which one you gravitate towards more.
Okay.
So, fur hat or cowboy hat?
Uh, Cowboy hat.
Cowboy hat. Do you wear a cowboy hat? Like where you?
Once in a while I do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love it.
sure do. Yeah.
But you look so good in the fur hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have an original one of your fur hats, or is it just like a newer version?
That's the original one I wore with Nikolai. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's so cool.
I've tried to take good care of it. So yeah,
Good.
so I save it in a nice place and all, where it's protected, and then I wear it to the wrestling conventions and all that when I take it out. That's the only
Yeah.
time I ever wear it. Yeah.
Oh, oh, do you have it in a case? Nice and protected.
Uh, yeah, and I got other clothes wrapped around it, protect it. So, yeah, I
Wow.
keep it in a special place. So,
Do you have any
yeah.
old wrestling boots or any of your old like the
Yes,
whole gear?
I had old pair of wrestling boots too.
Oh,
I had one of the last pair I had. Yeah, so it's from years ago. I've tried to keep them polished and keep them looking nice as I could. So,
oh, that's so
yeah.
cool. That's the one thing I don't have of my dad's is boots. I wish I did.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Like, in fact, it ended up being my last pair. So yeah,
oh, good. I'm glad you have those. It's very
yeah,
cool to
me
have.
too. Yeah, it sure is very neat.
Yeah. Yeah. So, would you prefer cutting a promo in character or yourself?
Oh
Like,
well,
I guess Russian character or yourself.
uh, we can do the. I can do the character, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. 80s wrestling scene. Do you prefer the 80s wrestling scene or today's wrestling scene?
I prefer the 80s wrestling scene because it was the greatest wrestlers of ever back in the 80s.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm a little biased.
yeah, just a total different day, and the business was totally different back there. The mystique, the suspense that it had,
Mhm.
it was just incredible.
I
And
even like
it'll never,
the layout of when you guys would do
it'll,
promos, like how cheesy it was. Like I love how that looks. I think it's
oh
great.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it'll never be duplicated again. And it's like I was telling Bill Eadie up there in Demolition Action. Uh, he had a great mask gimmick with a superstar, the masked superstar.
Hmm.
And to me, him and Don Jardine, the spoiler, or he was a super destroyer when it was Mid Atlantic when I was a young teenager. They're two of the best masked heels ever in the business. And that gimmick's gone. That was a shame because everybody wanted to see that mask come off. And you could do so much stuff with that to tease the people. You just escape. Or somebody be out there with a towel and they pull the mask off and throw the
Yeah,
towel over you, and the people want to see you without that mask, and then you get close, but then you snatch it away from them, and
yeah. People go
those
crazy.
days, yeah, those days are gone. That's a shame. Because to me, I was one of the best gimmicks, and like I said, Bill and Don had the best Mass Hill gimmick I ever saw in the business ever.
Yeah, the curtain has been opened too much, or
Right.
what's the saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
they've seen too.
And that's a shame because it was such suspense. In fact, I remember when my friend Mike Weddle, Calypso, the guy who trained me, had gone to a match in Starling Arena. I didn't get to go that night. With Johnny Weaver was wrestling the Super Destroyer, and he was trying to pull his mask off. Well, a fan tried to get involved, and it was crazy. The fan threw a chair, which I guess trying to hit him because Destroyer was trying to get out of the ring, I reckon, and he missed and hit Johnny Weaver in the leg. So Johnny Weaver grabbed his leg and let go of the mask, and the Super Destroyer pulled the mask back down and got out of the ring,
Yeah.
and there was a riot in the building. The fans went after the guy that threw the chair, and the
Yeah.
place went nuts. The
Oh
police
wow.
had to get involved, and you couldn't do that. You couldn't pull something like that off today if you wanted to. So
No. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely not.
yeah,
Times certainly changed.
yeah, definitely. But the suspense and all that back then was incredible. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'm glad you got to live it. You got to see it firsthand. So
Oh, definitely. Yeah, me too. Yeah, golly, I still pinch myself. I mean, it was a big dream I had when I was a kid, teenager growing up, and then one day I woke up and it was all real. And
yeah,
man, you can't get no better than that.
yeah. So would you prefer to be booed loudly or getting a huge pop?
Uh, I preferred being booed because I like being a heel.
Yeah, because you
And
know you're doing a good job when they're all.
yeah, yeah, I know. I did a good job, and the baby face gets a good pop and stuff. I said I did my job because that's what I went out there to do. I wanted to
Yeah.
always give the people what I wanted to see when I was a fan sitting out there because those are people that are paying your way as the fans. You
Hmm.
you wouldn't
Did
be
you ever
nowhere. We wouldn't be nowhere without them.
Did you ever play a face, or did you always
Uh,
feel?
no, I did some with independent before I ended up uh, uh, wrestling. I went from Boris Zhukov here at home and changed back to Jim Nelson. I became Sergeant Jim Nelson before I retired in 2013. So I brought the gimmick back to Jim Nelson, but like I said, I was Sergeant Jim Nelson when I retired. So
And that was a face.
yeah, as a face,
Face.
that was
Oh,
baby
okay.
face. Yeah,
Super cool. Wow, what a lengthy career you had.
yeah,
2013. That's impressive.
yeah. Sure was. Yeah, yeah. Very blessed. I got to praise God for that. He kept me healthy and kept me safe. So,
Yeah, absolutely. So would you prefer long road trips or time at home?
uh, time at home.
Yeah,
Yeah. After a while, the road trips
you're over it.
got worry. Yeah. So I couldn't wait to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And last year, get to the airport the next morning and go home. So always look forward to
Are you over airports?
that.
You over it? Like you're like, I've done enough of this.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect. Well, is there anything that you would like to plug? Anything up and coming that you have going on, or
No,
nothing right now? Yeah.
nothing as of right now. No, no. I just want to thank the fans for all the years of dedication. And because like I said, we wouldn't be nowhere without the fans anyway. And
Yeah.
man, the bunch of fans that came to the '80s fest up there in New Jersey was just amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Incredible.
It's very humbling to see how they never
Yes.
forget.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Yeah, in fact, they remember stuff that a lot of stuff I don't remember.
Right.
So,
Like, oh, thanks
yeah,
for reminding me. Yeah. That was a good
yeah,
time.
exactly. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Yeah,
Well, I
yeah,
thank you. Oh, so you go ahead.
yeah. Seeing pictures that I never got to see, so that was always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The photos that got taken somewhere that the places I wrestled at had long since forgotten about.
Yeah, because you're not on social media, right?
No, no,
Yeah.
no, just
Because a
uh,
lot of times, if you were on there, a lot of people could send you like old photos that they came across. Because I get them all the time with my dad. It's
right.
really nice.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, but yeah, I find a lot. I see a lot of stuff on YouTube, so it's pretty cool.
That's good.
So,
Well, I've had an absolute blast with you today, and
oh
I'm
man.
super happy we got to
Oh,
connect and meet.
before I forgot to tell you, I know the people were loud and rowdy when we was up there in New Jersey, uh, but when that music popped, Bulldog music, man, that took me back. That was
Oh,
really wow. I said, man, that's great memories right there. Because I would always love that. Because me and Nikolai would always go out first and do the Soviet national anthem, and then they'd hit the music, for the
yeah,
Bulldogs. And here we go.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I probably didn't tell you actually. I'm working with movie producers. They're making a movie on my father, so
Oh, great,
yeah.
awesome.
So stay tuned for that. I know that it took them
Oh,
a while to find a song they legally could use for the Rule
right.
Britannia, but they found one that they can use. So
Oh,
um,
great,
the
awesome.
trailer, it's like a trailer for the movie, should be released soon. So I will
Oh,
email
great.
it to you when I get that because I have
Oh
your email.
yeah, I look forward to that. Thank you. Wow, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah.
So thank you so much for being here today. Everyone, please remember to
Thank you.
sign the petition to get my dad in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Boris, if you haven't signed it, I'm going to send it to you so that you can sign it too. I'll send it to you
Uh,
by email.
uh, I'll be very glad to sign it. He should already be there anyway. So
Yeah. Thank you again.
thank
I
you.
have really enjoyed connecting with you and all my dad's old colleagues. It means the world to me. And
Okay.
everyone, please remember to subscribe to X Brand Wrestling on YouTube, and we'll see you next time in the Dollhouse. Take
Yes.
care.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care.